Welcome back to Houston Life. Today marks the start of Teacher Appreciation Week, and our next guest has some fun ideas you can make at home. Alexis Geissler, professional crafter from Craftworx, which is a local mobile DIY studio, joins us now with these affordable options. Welcome back to Houston Life. It's great to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Shout out to your mom who's hanging out with us in the green room today.
Hi, Mom.
So Craftworx is mobile, and what kinds of events do you do around town?
So we can do all different kinds of events. We do birthday parties, we do corporate events, we do fundraisers. Really, anybody that wants to have a craft and have a good time will create with you.
It's super cool. I could totally see it as like a team building activity.
Yes.
The finished product, by the way, super, super cute.
Thank you.
What are we making today? I think maybe some bracelets to start?
Yeah, so we're doing some teacher appreciation gifts. The teachers make such an impact in our lives and in the lives of our kids. And so it's really great to be able to celebrate them and show them some love. So our first project are these stacked bracelets. They're really cute. We've got one that's gold with a little apple, and then we've got one where we've personalized it, and we've showed you can put names, you can put different kinds of beads on it.
Super cute.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to go ahead and you are going to, we're making the pencil one. So the clay beads are in the shape of a pencil, so you can kind of just string some on there.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's really, this is something you can do very easily with your kids. You're going to take some cord, some beads, and this is something that they can be part of and have fun with. And you know, as you're putting it together, you can create your own pattern, and it's really fun.
My nieces love to string beads.
Do they?
They're so fast at it. It's been a minute since I've done something like this.
Don't worry.
Alexis, I think this might take me a long, long time.
That's okay. Actually, while you're doing that, do you know the origin of how apples are connected to teachers?
Does it have something to do with Newton sitting under the tree and the apple falling on his head?
I mean, there might be one theory out there,
gravity?
but I haven't. So I learned that actually in the American frontier, when people would take their kids to see their teachers, they would bring them food. They would help sustain the teachers.
Oh,
and
nice.
so apples were an abundant crop. And so that was one of the popular things that they would bring the teachers as a token of their appreciation.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that, but that's very, very nice.
So now you've learned.
I love apples, and I love teachers. This is the perfect segment for me, Alexis. Okay, so I've strung out these beads.
So once you've done that, you're going to need to close the loop off. So you're going to simply do what's called a surgeon's knot. So you're going to loop it once like you would with a typical one, and then you're going to loop it again.
Okay.
And then you normally would just tie a regular knot.
Okay.
It's okay. Sometimes it's a little tricky with the clear.
Is it kind of like a square knot almost?
A little bit.
Okay.
And then what it allows you to do is kind of pull it tight together, and then you just keep pulling until it's really tight, and then you would trim it off and you would hide the cord in the bead.
Okay, and this is not fishing line. This is a kind of stretchy.
It is not. It is a stretchy jewelry cord.
A jewelry cord. Okay, so if you're looking to make a bracelet, obviously you want it to be able to stretch over your wrist or over your hand to fit your wrist. So be sure you get the right materials.
Yes, and you can get that at any local craft store.
Okay, very, very nice. Moving on from this bracelet, resin, and this is, we had a whole conversation about resin in studio earlier today. I worked with resin in shop class when I was in 7th grade.
So fun. Resin is a really popular medium. It can be a little bit intimidating, so we wanted to take people through the steps, but this is something that you could easily create for Teachers Week, Nurses Week, anything.
Can I show our viewers this finished product?
Absolutely.
So is this essentially like a coaster or a little tray?
It is a coaster, yes. Or they could use it as a jewelry tray, but it's personalized, it's fun, so it's a really unique gift.
This is so clever, and you have embedded all kinds of interesting educational items, paper clips and push pins in it. Okay, so we can really make something like this at home?
Yes, absolutely. So the first thing you'll want to do if you're doing resin at home is just make sure you protect your work surface.
Okay.
And you'll want to put your gloves on. The resin we use, the Art Resin brand, is actually very low VOC, but if you're using something that's more volatile, you would want to wear like a respirator mask.
And VOC are the volatile compounds that you don't want to inhale, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But this one is actually like food safe and very easy to work with.
Okay.
So you're going to take part A and part B, and you're going to pour them into it. So part A is the actual epoxy, and then part B is the hardener, and you can kind of use that to scrape it if you need to.
Oh, I see. Want to get every last drop.
Yes.
So there's a reaction essentially once you mix these two parts together.
Exactly. So art and science definitely mixes. And the biggest key here is to make sure that your parts are equal, because otherwise you'll just be left with like a sticky mess if it doesn't harden appropriately.
And no one likes a sticky mess,
That's
Alexis.
right, no. And then it's not going to be a nice gift.
You know, I have this thing thing against, like, about being sticky, it freaks me out. It freaks me out. Okay, so then I mix this up?
Yes, so you would be mixing that for 3 minutes if you were making this, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pour this in.
Okay.
And if you wanna take that.
What is this?
This is a heat gun, so you're just gonna pour out any bubbles. So you'll go ahead and spread that.
Wait, I don't understand. I just,
There you go.
Okay.
So this just gets any bubbles out.
Oh, okay.
And then if you want, you can just go ahead and take some items and you're gonna place them in the resin.
Okay, you've got some paper clips here and push pins.
That's right.
So we're embedding these into the resin like that.
Yes, and then you can even add some fun little gems and things like that, just to zhuzh it up a bit.
This is so clever.
Yes.
Look at that.
And then you would go ahead and you would take it out of the mold and you would be left with your project.
So our finished project or product here, look at this with the bottle caps.
Yes.
So this project could be duplicated
for Father's Day. This was a Father's Day craft we did.
Yeah,
so
Teacher Appreciation Week, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I love it, Alexis. So these are very, very clever ideas. People can find you online, right? So if they want to book you for a corporate event or a party, they just visit your website?
Yep, they can go to craftworxusa.com and they'll find us there, and lots of fun.
Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Thank you for all the teachers, especially the ones for my kids.
Well, and moms, too, the greatest teachers of all, right?
True.
Well, listen, if you would like the complete list of instructions to the projects or to connect with Alexis and her Craftworx mobile DIY studio, you can check out the Scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv.